Okay, today we're doing part 4 of Paranormal Cleanup's Guide. We've already done Granny's House, the Whispering Studio, Ritual Row. Next we're doing the Butcher's Nest, which is, in my opinion, the most complicated map in the entire game. But it does have a pretty easy banishment, all things considered. Now I'm actually getting close to the end of upgrading and really just needing money in general. I've already got all the equipment upgrades. At this point, I'm mostly just grabbing cleaner perks for formality of it, just to kind of get stuff. I'm still running Field Medic, Break and Enter, and Eagle Eye. In my opinion, that's a very good combo. And on this house, you're definitely going to want the Crowbar.
Willow.
Now there's two sides you can enter this house. My preferred side to enter is the left because I usually do have the Crowbar. Scott is going for kind of a speed build. Morgan and Maddie don't really care, and Caleb B is also mostly going for a speed build, whereas I'm going for utility and mobility. Well, utility and defense. Anyway, our first bone is actually going to be outside in the wheelbarrow. And this is the left entrance. There's going to be another door forward in there that we can get. But we don't need to worry about that right now. We got the garage key, which is best case scenario here. This is the other door that you can enter in, which I wouldn't really recommend. And then as you come up here, you'll see some boards. Got my light in here. This goes to the garage. And the reason why it's a good idea to get the garage is because we can get it right here and also open doors. That is one of our ritual items. I'll grab that in just a moment. So I'm going to open the garage door from the other side. This will be kind of a shortcut between the two sides of the house. And we have another bone right here. Now for the banishment, until we get the basement key, I like keeping them in front of this door specifically. There is another door we could put them in front of that will still go to the basement, but that one's the best one to do it for. Oh cool, the ghost turned on the light for us. And I got my last bored to death achievement, remove 500. And then we'll have a bone underneath the TV. And in this room, we'll have a bone in the sink. We also got the basement key, which is, again, very good scenario for us. We got a radio here. If you want to break it, it's up to you. This isn't quite as annoying as it was before. And obviously, I got the bone off the table. There's a bone on these two shoe boxes. And I'm actually going to clean this up real quick so I can carry it. Get it out easier. Whenever it comes to the cleaning phase of this house, sometimes it's better to move a couple things in. There's a toilet here, but then there's a bone on top of this. Can't do anything about that because I don't carry a plunger with me in the first run. But we can take the trash bags through the house the way we came in and just take them out the front that way. There's going to be a bone in this fire pit. And this is going to go outside, so I want to save that for a moment. This is a dead-end room, and we have the fourth digit of the code we'll need to get into the torture chamber, which is the number 6. Little fun fact for you, you don't actually need all 4 digits. In fact, you can make do with 2 pretty easily. There's no punishment if you put the code in wrong, so if you have 1 or 2 digits, if you have 2 or 3 digits, it's a lot easier. We have another bone out here. That is the basement door from outside. And just a reminder that if you have the keys in this game, they do not get shared with your party members. And I need to hide now. Thank you for that actual jump scare. So you can see the door is orange. He spawns near you. Butcher is not as nice as some of the other ghosts in the game. And then when he's done hunting, the door will unlock, so we'll have that as our trigger that he's done. As I was saying about the keys, if you have the key, you have to be the one to unlock all the doors, otherwise people won't be able to get through. So if you find a key, either tell somebody who knows the map, or learn which doors you need to open, because there's usually at least 2. And in this map in particular, it can help save your team's life, because you can start looping the ghosts through the basement, through the garage, through the attic, and through the master bedroom. Also, since the last time I recorded, there have been some changes to the game. Hunts are no longer getting hunts no longer get longer and longer as they go. But there are actually a fixed time with slight variations. The Butcher now hunts in phases, which is why this map is even completable. The cult maps, I think the dev wanted the game to be, or the cult maps to be more just endless hunts like Devour or Forewarn during the hunt phase or Boomen. But mechanically, it's just not as feasible whenever you have to do things like stand over a trash pile or clean out a toilet. Granted, we do have the banishment, which does make it easier. There's also the banishment added to this and the 5th map, which is the whole reason why I'm even doing this. If it wasn't for the banishment, this map would be unplayable. Ever since they added the Butcher to it, I have not been able to progress this at all. Okay, so our last 2 digits are 2 and 6. So with that in mind, I think we're going to go check out the basement next. Now the basement is pretty labyrinthian. You're going to see a lot of weird dead ends. If you have a crowbar, this is again another spot you're going to be heading down quite a bit to move things around. I believe there's 3 bones down here, one of which is in the banishment, the torture chamber room. That's a dead end. There's one of the bones. And then that's the outdoor basement entrance. We need to get over to the left side basement entrance, because that is the easiest one. And this is where the room is. So because we know the code is 2 and then 6, at least if my ADHD is working with me, we can just keep going like this until we get the correct code. So you let it go a full rotation back to 0. Click this once and then keep going again. There it is. And realistically, if you have somebody who's completely dedicated to just hacking the safe, you could do that. Just strong arm it all 4 digits, but at least grab 1 or 2. Next bone is in there. And then this, oh, I got a key. The attic. And then this stairway is the one that goes up to the room we were in. Whenever we entered. And it started pushing the saw away. So we're going to head back down here. Throw this bad boy right into the furnace. And of course we get the worst one to start with, but I guess the best one to demonstrate. The hitbox is literally horizontal. So sometimes you might need to swing it a bit and finagle it in there, but it will go in. And then the last basement bone is right there. Got some more stuff to clean up. I'll get that in the cleaning montage. Next, we have the master bedroom key, which is the best key to get right now, so I can do everything in a organized manner. We have a bone on the shelf here. We figured that out already. We don't need that. Pizza, just because I can. There's a bone behind this photo. And now, this is... We do need to keep looking out for saws, though. There's like a saw, a dagger, a hammer. That's the key we had to open. There's a bone in the bathtub. Oh, he's going again. I don't think he's done hunting, but I want to push forward, so I'm going to go ahead and head out. Definitely hear him. There's a bone in the crib here, hilariously tucked in there like it's Cubone's club. Pizza in here. This is another one of the bathrooms you'll need to clean. I think if I open this door, he'll be on the other side. This is the other side of the house. Definitely getting near because I'm getting trippier vision. I think he's done. Yep, he's done. And what I like to do for these, for both the attic trash and this, is just throw it all down the stairs and then you can take it out the front that way on both sides of the house. Pizza, gotta keep track of that med kit. One other thing they added, or they changed in the game, is that if the ghost party wipes your team, it will stop hunting. Which means when you're playing alone, all you need to do is have a second med kit, or like be on top of a med kit. You can take the L, res yourself, and then be done with the hunt, which will make the game go way quicker. And we haven't found a single tool in a bit, so this is kind of concerning. We've almost exhausted our options, and I'm sure it's just because I'm rambling and running through the house like an idiot. There's a bone on this. Also missing a bone. Because I know there's going to be another one at one of the dead ends here. Right here. Oh. That it? That's one of them. When in doubt, turn your light off. They glow red. That's the only reason I even saw that one from the green outline. It was because of that. Ah. Barely even looked in this first room. So this is what it would look like if you breached on the right side. And I know exactly where that last bone is now. So it loops around the staircase over here. And then this, we've already been through. Now you can get to the basement through this door as we did before. And I managed to find an area I was not in before, so that's beautiful. We missed some boards here. I found the power box, which is the hardest achievement to get, is turning on the power, because you can only do it if the ghost is actually the one to turn off the power. This one right here in the garage. Good, we have all the bones now. It's always this cleaver I forget about. In that back corner. It's like the game knows I'm not going to look there. Also, there's a knife right there. I think hilariously the one tool we're missing is the hammer. Okay, I don't know if I'm stupid or if the game has a bug, but I had to run this like 3 or 4 different times to try to get all 5 of these cursed items. So you have a butcher's knife, a hammer, which I finally found next to the walled off doorway, a saw, which is pretty easy to see. The dagger has pretty much always spawned in that basement shelf for whatever reason. I'm sure it has another one, I just haven't got it. And then the machete is probably the most BS one. It's appeared on shelves in the attic, it's appeared in corners in the attic. Just be very vigilant for that glow. And with that, the hunt is now complete, or the banishment is complete, and I can just go and start cleaning everything. So, cleaning montage time. So I'm just giving up at this point. If this glitch dollar bill that's fused to the cabinet here is anything to go by, I get the feeling that either it didn't spawn or it spawns in a weird spot. I've already got the achievement before, and it really upsets me that this is the second one I've been unable to 100%. But that's kind of what you get whenever you play early access games.
And I don't have to call for replacements. Hell, maybe you're not the useless fuckers I thought you were.
That is all for this one. Happy haunting.